I went out on a date basically, and my brother wasn't aware of it, right? He sent my picture to my older sister, like my older big sister, right? I'm like, hey, that's how I went to the room. I checked her phone. God, like as I just sat down, my clothes tore literally in between my butt cheeks, like as I sat down, I know that I fuck up. You know that thing, like I don't fuck up.
Oh, I don't fuck up.
I was just walking, right, and the next thing I heard was bah, like slap. Somebody slapped me, and for 3 seconds while I was not hearing anything. I'm going to no clochi. It be all I didn't damn or my did can clochi tanto while I full room. Hey, Limer though. I'm so making a many weekend like Nkalonko no mobile bila many abafu albila many la many yama few. It was after that day that I really knew what PTSD meant. Like, before I even knew someone was mechanic, I've crossed road.
Why are you running?
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hawa. If this is your first time here, hi love, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video and keep on watching. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for tuning back into my channel. Now in today's video guys, you already know by the title, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the most embarrassing days of my life. So I'm basically just going to like embarrass myself once again and like just God, what I do for you guys. But anyways, like where's the fun if I don't share it with you guys? Like that's very funny, right? I actually promised you guys this video, the most embarrassing day of my life, like months ago when I made a video on truth or drink, and then most embarrassing day of my life was part of the question. I already shared an experience in that video which I'm not going to be sharing in this video. So if you haven't watched the video, I'm going to leave the link up here so you guys can go watch it over there if you haven't watched the video. But if you have watched the video, so this is just basically like a continuation. Grab your popcorn, grab your juice, your water, whatever it is, because I'm about to share with you guys stories. God, please, I do not want to ever be in this kind of situation ever again, and I really hope you guys like never be in such situations. But before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and keep on watching, and don't forget to share and comment down below as well. So guys, let's get into the video. The first experience I'll be sharing with you guys, this was like a very long time ago, and this is like actually the reason why I stopped wearing waist bead. I'm not so much of a fan of waist bead anymore. Okay, so this incident happened, I don't know how long, but it has been long, right? So I was out with a friend, so we're trying to like board a tricycle, right? We're like walking to where the park is, right? And I had a waist bead on and I was wearing a gown. Oh god, and like there were people there, like people literally there. God, I was walking towards the tricycle, my waist bead fell off. My waist bead came off, like it just fell off, like, and people saw it. Like it's not even, God, I was so embarrassed. Like I was freaky embarrassed, and it was not one waist bead, like it was like about 2-3 waist beads, like they fell off like straight up, and like I was feeling it too, like you know that like you're feeling it coming up, but yeah, shine now. Like I was feeling it, but I was too embarrassed, like because I was that already like gotten down, and I was too embarrassed, so I was like trying to walk fast to like enter the tricycle, right? So like when I enter, I was like going to, you know, I'll be able to adjust when I enter the tricycle. But God, before I could even get to the tricycle, like the waist bead fell off, like in the midst of people, men and all those stuff. Because I was super embarrassed. Like, and God, the most embarrassing part was even like I even had to like remove my leg and like carry the waist bead, because like you know it fell off now, so I have to like God bend down, carry this, even remove my leg from it. I was like, I was super embarrassed. Like I was so embarrassed. I shall carried my waist bead and I entered the tricycle. The next experience I'll be sharing with you guys is my sister's wedding, and this happened like a very long time ago. I just feel like I should just put it here because it was super embarrassed. I was embarrassed that day, like, and that happened like when I was still young, like I was a kid. Literally I was like about, I think 11 12 13 years old, I don't know, but yeah, that was a very long time ago, right? So I was a flower girl, like I was a little flower girl, and you know that time now, that's like a very big deal that time, because you know you're going to put your gown, you know, really bright and everything. So that was actually like a big thing then, big thing among we kids, you know, like when you see a kid that's like flower girl, you feel jealous and all of that. But anyway, so I was a flower girl for our wedding. So let me give you guys a backstory here. So I was supposed to wear a gown. She made a gown for me, like a very very beautiful gown, like a short gown, like a bridal gown material. So she made it like a very very short gown for me, and it was like flay, what is it, flay they call it, or like it was flay. And then I had to like wear a pop socks, right? I was supposed to wear pop socks underneath, right? So she made this gown for me, and I think a few days before the wedding, I don't know exactly how many days before the wedding, but a few days before the wedding, my sister and I went to get the dress. Not the one getting married, like my immediate older sister, right? On the day of the wedding, you know, I was supposed to get dressed and all of that. So, and you know, when it's wedding period, like in African parents now, like there are usually people in the house, like people came from Mali or these places, and they came, like there were lots of people in the house that me and my sisters, we couldn't even sleep in the house, right? We're sleeping in our neighbor's place. So the day of the wedding, and I couldn't find my dress. Like I looked for my dress, I couldn't find my dress. It was like inside a nylon. I couldn't find my dress. Like we literally looked for my dress everywhere, my sister and I, and it was like the wedding morning, like the morning of the wedding. So like I was looking for my dress, I couldn't find my dress. So my older sister, the one that was getting married, she was just shouting, she was yelling at me, gosh, she couldn't see me crying, because that dress was like my dream dress, right? It was short, it was so beautiful, long sleeve, short, lace. I was supposed to wear pop socks, you know what I mean now, like when you're so super happy that you're a flower girl, and you're like your friends are going to be there and all of that. So it was, oh god, I cried that morning. I really cried, and that's not even where the most embarrassing part was. So now I don't have a dress till today. I don't know what happened to that dress, like until today. We still have like the piece of the clothes, you know, when we went to collect it, like the remaining material was in the clothes, right? So that remaining material was there. So like I don't know if somebody took it, I don't know, I can't say because I didn't see anybody taking it, but we never found the dress. So my sister was shouting, I was like, I'm going to stay in the house, blah blah blah. So what happened was that who took me to, okay, so it was Nkwajiba, a brother of mine. He took me to ShopRite and he shopped a dress for me, right? So like we just had to buy one white dress, a white gown, not too short. Gosh, I was so sad, but I was happy at the same time. But I was sad because the dress I had, that like my dress was so beautiful, like I just loved that dress. Then okay, we got the dress at ShopRite at the mall, and then we head home. I don't know, I can't really remember, but then I shall wore that dress, right? So when we got to the event, it was raining throughout that day. Like my sister's wedding, all of the events she had, it was like raining. So that day it was raining, and it was like a garden wedding, right? So it was outdoor, so I was wet. So I got wet, and the clothes I wore, like the dress they got for me, was not like fake. The dress was not thick, so I can remember vividly, like my underwear was, you know, I was wet, and then it got transparent because it was not thick, it's wet, and it was like sticking on my skin, right? So my underwear, which was like a very bright color, was showing. God, I feel so embarrassed. I can remember like I was so embarrassed. I think it was Tata that even told me, and every time like, gosh, this girl just spoils my mood. And then, you know, kids now, you always have crush. My crush was at that way. God, I was super embarrassed. God, that way everything just went wrong. The wedding I pictured, like it was just embarrassing. God, I was super embarrassed that day among my friends, you know, now all these kids, my friends, everybody was there, and God. And back then, if you know what I mean, you're a flower girl, like everybody's looking at you. It's like your group, your age mates now, you're like the queen of that day. You get what I mean? So me walking about with my undies showing, gosh, I was first of all embarrassed. God, things I've gone through this life. So this one, God, this day, okay, okay, I don't even know if I should say this day, but like, okay, fine, this day, God. Okay, so once upon a time, so it was like, I think I was like 16 thereabouts, right? I was like 16 or thereabout. So I was supposed to go out on a date, right? I went out on a date basically, and my brother wasn't aware of it, right? I went out, right? So he asked of me while I was out, and then my friend told him, I think it was Fanta or Tata, I don't know. I think it was Fanta. Yeah, I think it was Fanta. So he asked of me, and she said I went out with my friends. And mind you, that was like holiday, right? I think I was even done with that school. So I think she said I went out with my ex-schoolmates and all of that. We went out on something, so I don't know. So I went on that date now, and I got back. So the next morning, I just woke up to my friends waking me up like how I'm like, what happened? I'm like, how? She was like, he sent my picture to my older sister, like my older big sister. I'm like, hey, that's why I went to the room, I checked her phone. God, this man and funny enough, yeah, like the picture of me and this person here and my date, like we're wearing matching outfits. So this is like, it's not possible for me to clear my name. Like this was hot in the act, like red-handed, like we're wearing the same color. Like, and initially we actually planned on wearing the same color, but like coincidentally we ended up wearing the same brand as well. So that was even like, so we're wearing white, the same Gucci, and then no, it was super, it was great. It was, oh God, I feel like just opening the ground and enter inside. So the picture, we're standing together. He sent it to my sister. The most embarrassing part, the most decent part is even that, like, he did not even say a word. Like, he did not add an emoji, not even a text. He just sent the picture to her. Like, he did not say anything. And I'm like, I was just kind of standing there. I'm like, how am I going to face it? I was so embarrassed. Embarrassed at the fact that, where did he even see this picture? Like, he saw this picture of my sister, everybody. I'm like, hey, what's this? So God, I was embarrassed. And those few days, I said to God, I was avoiding him. I was just avoiding him. Like, what kind of thing? Because it just made our life hard at that time. Not going to like God, because then everybody was just scared of him. But everybody. So it was just crazy. I felt so embarrassed, and I was just standing there in that picture, smiling, wearing matching outfits. God, I can never forget that day. Like that day, it was not funny that day. But afterwards, I was laughing. So the next experience I'm going to be sharing with you guys is, oh God, please. Like the things I've been through in this life, I cannot just think. So there was this day, I was supposed to go enroll. So there was this day I was supposed to go enroll my nephew, right, at a school. My sister asked me to go enroll him, like to ask for, make inquiries and basically enroll him, right? So, and the school was not far from our home actually. It was like just a stone throw from our house, literally. So I went with him now. And that day my sister was about to go out, so like they were already going out, so we went, right? So we went to the school, we got to the school. I was wearing native, like I was wearing an Ankara, like a Ankara gown. Like, mind you, this gown like was really tight on me, like it was really tight on me, and I just wore a scarf, like a short scarf, like not a long scarf, just a short scarf. So yeah, we got to the school, we went to the receptionist, and I was supposed to speak with the principal, right? So we had to like wait a little bit, and then she asked me to go into the principal's office, but my nephew didn't come along with me. He was sat at the reception, right? I went inside I went to the office. She was sitting there, and then there was another lady there. They were like having a conversation. I think that was the vice principal, I don't really know, but I went there. So she offered me a seat. God, so she offered so she offered me a seat, right, and she asked me to sit. So I sat down, guys. Lo and behold, like when I was sitting down, and so like the chair is like really low, and it was like a plastic chair, right, and it was low. Yeah, it was a plastic chair, and it was low. The chair was like really low, so like I had to like go down, like, you feel me? So when I sat down, guys, as I was sitting down, like as I just sat down, my clothes tore. Like this one was not small tearing, like it tore kafara, like you guys. And nobody knew, like they didn't know, like like she didn't hear the sound, nobody knew. Like I just sat down like that, like I didn't know what to do. I was sweating, and this was like, God, like literally in between my butt cheeks, like like guys, I'm telling you guys, my clothes tore, like really like it really tore, like the tearing was mad. This is not a tearing that you can like hide or anything. This one was like crazy tearing. Do you understand? So as I sat down, I know that I fuck off. You know that thing like I don't fuck off.
You don't enter my door. Oh, I don't fuck up.
In my mind, I'm like, oh, I don't fuck up. That was always in my head. I don't fuck up. I'm like, why did I wear this dress? I made my inquiries and everything. So like when I was sitting there, like I tried. My nephew was not with his phone, right? It was not with the phone then. So, and my sister, they were about to leave, and I think I tried calling her. I think I tried calling my sister, but she wasn't picking up the phone or something. I tried calling her. Yeah, she wasn't picking up the phone. I tried calling my brother. They were nobody was picking the phone, and I was so embarrassed, guys. See, like I was freaking embarrassed. Like sitting there, I was literally sweating. I didn't know what to do, and like the office is not so far from the reception, but it's a bit far, right? So after I made the inquiries, like after we spoke and everything, after we spoke and all of that, so she was like, I can leave, guys. I didn't stand up. The one was like that, like we're done talking, right? So I'm supposed to leave, right? And I was still sitting there, God, because I was so bad. I didn't know how to say it. And she was like, I remember the girl was like, you can leave. I'm like, I know. I know. But I have a situation. My clothes was torn when I was sitting down. And she was like, oh really? I'm like, yeah. She was like, oh that should stand up and like. That I should stand up and like just call out to because outside that office there's like an office also, like once you open your door and you leave our office, like there's another office there, right? So like there were people, I don't know, staff there, that was their own office, right? So she was like I should like stand up and like call out to them, so they should like go to reception for me and ask my nephew to go get me an hijab, right? But I couldn't stand up because the tearing was so bad, like it was too bad. I'm like, I can't stand up. God, I felt like reversing time, or like just the tearing was mad. I was just sitting and tear, like, and she was not even alone. She was with somebody else. So she was like, okay, so she like had to like call out to those people outside her office. Then they called my brother, my nephew. Then when he came, I told him to go get me an hijab. More. You sure was gonna get me an hijab? That one said before he could come. God, I was just embarrassed sitting down there. I was super embarrassed. I just felt like, guy, I'm like in my head. I'm like, you still, why you today do? Why did you wear this thing? Why didn't you just wear? I'm like, why did you wear this thing? Why did you wear? I'm like, you know when I give you that big anti vibes now, you're coming there, you feel okay, you're going there to make a quiet. You're trying to avoid somebody. That means you've gotten to a stage in your life, that kind of thing. But then everything just went south. I'm like, yo, God, I beg. In my mom, like, God, I beg. My clothes, it was very bad. Like, Isha brought the hijab, and I got the hijab because the scarf I had on was short, and I cannot make my embarrassment too, because I cannot move that scarf because my hair was not giving. So like, I cannot remove the scarf and like even try to tie the scarf or anything, because was I even wearing scarf that day? I think I was wearing cap, like I don't know, but I just know that it was not possible for me to like maybe use the scarf or whatever. So Isha brought me a long hijab. I wore the hijab and then we left. God, come and see me embarrassed. I was so embarrassed when I was leaving the office. God, I felt like what? No, I've been through a lot. So guys, the next experience, this one is a day I will never forget till I die. I can never ever forget this day, guys. This day was crazy. This happened like sometimes back in 2020. Was it 2020? Yeah, 2021. I think it was 2021, after the pandemic, right? So like I was working then, like I was working at a healthy food store. This day I was going to work, right? Like, and I go to work like early in the morning. Like I leave around 7 a.m. I go for work. Mind you, like I have to walk to where I was going to get the tricycle, right? So it's like a park. So I was walking. So I was just walking and I was like pressing my phone, right? I was just pressing my phone and I had my earpiece on, because me, like whenever I'm walking on the road, like actually it's a little bit long. Like I just like to put my earpiece on, because I don't like hearing people calling out to me, like how men can be, how disgusting and how rude they tend to like call girls when you're walking on the road, that kind of thing, haze, all those things. So like I was just trying to avoid all those things, so I just like put my earpiece on, and sometimes I might not even listening to music, but yeah, I was listening to music and my earpiece was on. I was just pressing my phone, right? So I was walking on the road though. So don't do that, don't be on your phone while you're walking on the road. So Anywho, I was working, and God, this day I don't know if I offended anybody, because if I offended you, I'm sorry, please, because I cannot be going through all these things. So guys, I was on my phone, right, just pressing my phone, like I didn't touch anybody, nobody, like I didn't offend anybody, I wasn't on anybody's neck, I didn't look at anybody. I was just working, right, and the next thing I heard was bah, like slap. Somebody slapped me. Like in my whole life, if you had told me that somebody that I don't know will slap me, go like that, not will happen, go about yo, guess who slapped me? Let me give you 3 seconds. Guess who slapped me? A mad person, a mad woman literally slapped me. Guys, wallahi, like in my life I've never been slapped that way, you guys. And I was working like this, she was working like, I didn't know, I was on my phone. This lady, this mad woman slapped me. They slapped, this woman slapped me, and for 3 seconds, wallahi, I was not hearing anything. My eyes, I was just seeing like brightness. If I feel like manikali I feel like kumbila mena isa kodi bila wala bila menkana mene tele 7:30 db like I'm telling you guys, nko ni klochi itebi ala ile ndamo ko mate kan klochi tanto wallahi afu he limer do ba fali chuko wati zeganda nko limer do he. This man really slapped me, like I was in my ears, like my ear, you know that thing that happens, I say, guys, see, I'm not exaggerating, like, I was just saying, like, she's really slapped me, and like, her handprint, like, was on my face, like, immediately she slapped me, like, I ran forward, right, because I'm, like, trying to, like, grasp what's up. I wasn't understanding anything. So like an many like nkaloko no mobile bila mene abafu albila mene la mene nyama feel isa kodi bele like nyama for choko tizega dala billahi nkonde butu me. I didn't close the door, like I ran, like I walked forward, and thankfully, like luckily for me, there was a shop, like a small shop, like where I was, and then there was a man there. Like it was very early in the morning, like people were not really out already. So that man, he chased after her, and I think he even took stone or something. I wasn't understanding anything at that moment, because I bent down. That man was like, sorry, hey, yeah, sorry, God, I don't know if I should cry or laugh. That was like, you fucking leave me out. That was like, hey, yeah, sorry. And I was like, chase after the next night I just had to buy water. Like I bought pure water, and I said some surah to it. I think it was party or what I read onto the water like 3 times, and then I washed my face. So this face, she actually slapped me. You know when it was this side of the eyes like really shaking, my eyes were shaking. Like I actually needed like 5 seconds to like understand what was going on. And she was just shouting, you stole my stuff. I do whatever. I'm like, I'm like, hey, kid, what did I steal? I didn't steal anything, because I was so embarrassed. I was freaking embarrassed, and like cars were passing, and I was happy that it was like early in the morning, right? That like if it was in the afternoon, God, there's usually traffic on that road. I'm like, if it was in the afternoon, I'm sure you guys would have seen my video on Insta blog or whatever, because I was so embarrassed, guys. I was freaking embarrassed. I didn't even know how to walk of shame. Like I didn't know what to do. Like, hey God, I was just like, hey, please help me, but this woman slapped me. I said throughout that day, they got like nothing. I got to work, I was not smiling that day. No, but like a handprint was literally on my face. I think I had to like retie my scarf. Was I on scarf that day? I don't even know if I was on scarf. I cannot even remember, because that day the slap she gave me, like initially like reset my whole brain. I don't know till now if I was wearing scarf or wig or whatever it was. Hey, they'd be like, if a mad person slap your own back. Because I should start from my round. I had tears on my eyes. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what did I do? Guys, I'm telling you, it was after that day that I really knew what PTSD meant. You guys, after that day, see, you know, on the norms, I tell you guys, like when I walk down to get the stuff, like I usually like wear a piece of my ear and listen to music, guys. After that day, I never listened to music. I will just put the earpiece in my ear, but I will not listen to music. See, no, I was so traumatized. Like, I was super traumatized. I remember that day when I was coming back from work, I was scared. Like, I would just be scared when I'm going to work, and when I come back, I was literally scared for myself. You see me scan, like I would scan the road, like I would check everybody that's on the road, because I was so scared. I was terrified, because I just felt like somebody would just slap me, or something would just happen anytime. You know, Lagos, you know that like all these mechanic, you know the way they dress, right? When they're on their work uniform, when they're on their work, you know how dirty it usually is. They have grease all over their body, their hairs anyhow and everything. Like when they're on their work uniform, maybe they want to go grab something or something, but you get what I mean. There was this particular day, guy, I saw one mechanic, before I even knew someone was mechanic, I've crossed road.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Like, so bad. Like, before I knew if it was mechanic or not, I've crossed the road. I don't want to know. I crossed the road to the other side. Like, and me, I'm not going to wait. I said since that day, if you look at me, I'm looking back, I'm looking front. There was actually another day, God, I felt so bad. Like, I was walking and like I was walking towards the road. There was this man, like he's limping on one leg, right? So he was walking like that, and I was just, God, I didn't even know. Like, as I just saw, like, God, I ran to the road. Like, that day, I almost got hit by a car. Like, I legit almost got hit by a car, and this man knew that I ran away from him. But how am I supposed to tell this person that I'm not running away from, like, your disability or whatever? Like, I was just scared, because I thought it was like something was going to happen. Like, I thought it was a mad person or something. Do you understand? I felt so bad, because he noticed, right? If he saw me, like once I saw him, he saw how I like reacted once I saw him, and I like ran into the road. I'm like, since that day, I said since that day, like my phone never, like when I'm going to work, like I'm vigilant, I'm always checking, seeing left and right. But guys, I'm going to tell you, like that slap was like, nobody in my whole life, nobody has ever slapped me that way. Like, I've never been slapped that way. Like, I never believed that there would be a time in my life where a stranger, like a total stranger, was going to slap me and nothing.
I could have killed a lot. I'm telling you, look at my face, like I could have killed a lot of people.
First mabala first Kantolo take a while, and they like Kantolo they had the first mabala, like I was just like hey. Like that's that day I was so embarrassed. I was freaking embarrassed, like on the road, like seeing those cars pass by and those people in their shop and everything. God, I don't even know when I go to work and when I go back home, because when I go back home I was never smiling. And then I had my friend in the house and my sisters. So they're like, what happened? I'm like, what happened to me today? My mom's not fit talking. They actually like pressed me until I told them what happened. They were just laughing at me. But thinking about it, guys, it's actually not funny, because that day I really went, I've been through a lot. God, this is the end of today's video. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn on the post notification button to get notified anytime I post a video. And make sure to comment down below as well your most embarrassing days of your life. Let's just converse. I don't want to be the only one sharing this with you guys, right? So you guys should also share yours down below, and also don't forget to share this video and check out my other videos as well. And with no further ado, we are starting. Leave it link up below here so you guys can go and watch it there. But okay, so I'm just so you guys can go watch it there, but I'll just continue like